It is Saturday morning, so you know what that means. It's time to go work on some muscle cars or trucks. But first, as per normal tradition, ready to go get some Dunkin' Donuts, because that's what you do. And we're here. So the fenders are on since last time, the grill, the headlight buckets, all that stuff. Looking good. Still got a bunch of cleanup to do. Got to do some more wiring. Got to figure out this vacuum manifold kit. But today, job one is cleaning up this wiring, zip tying everything, making it all nice and neat with the routing, and then we're going to mount in the box for the push button start. Get that all in and wired and done. The hood's all here, wet sanded and done. The engine is in the 78 Trans Am Roadster Shop chassis. The Holly front runner is on it. The Sniper is on it. Today the transmission's getting bolted up to it. We're just checking the measurements on the slave cylinder. Cross member for it's right there. Transmission is here and cleaned and painted. New transmission cross member, which is just massive. And that can go into the 69 GMC. I don't think they've done much on the other two-wheel drive F100 because they're waiting for stuff. But this is, oh, the front runner and everything is on this one. This is the engine for the 69 GMC. This is going to be a pretty one too. Don't worry about this ugly red and blue fitting. It's temporary. That'll be black. But yeah, so I'm going to get started on the giant pumpkin. Also, the wiper motor is in. Speakers are in for the center dash. Dash pad's in. Roof, Alcantara roof is in. That's pretty. And the vintage air is in. So I can mount pretty much all my modules today and start running everything. Sweet. Alright, so I got these cleaned up a lot more than they were. This stuff has to be out because we're hooking up to everything. It's going to be our light switch, obviously, our wiper switch. This is our ignition switch, which this is all getting cut off because we're splicing into the kit for the push button start, which I am now going to start putting on. So this stuff like this, these are obviously your twisted strands, purple and yellow. This is your speedometer, signals, and power. We don't need those. So with this Dakota Digital dash setup that we got going in it, we are going, because we're using a factory style computer that has an OBD2 port, we're going to use their BIM module, which plugs directly into that OBD2 port and converts all your signals. Because this is also a computer controlled transmission with internal speedometer drive, you will get your tachometer, speedometer, oil pressure, water temp, pretty much. And all your readings that your dash needs, it's going to convert off of that OBD2 port, which is super simple. Eliminates the need to have to run separate senders for all of that stuff. And really streamlines the install and the mess of wiring. Because I still have to cut out all of this stuff with yellow tape that we're not using, if you remember from the last video. This is dual fuel tank stuff. All of these over here are all HVAC stuff that we're not using because it's 100% self-controlled on the vintage air kit. So we can get rid of all those branches in the harness. I just want to get the push button start in first. So we're going to get going on that. I love it when Taylor Swift starts randomly playing on the radio. Said no one ever. So the push button start module is mounted. I can plug the wire and pigtails into them now and start splicing everything in. Chose this location because I have a feeling here in this void right there will be a good place to put the Dakota Digital box. And this is out of the way, clears the wiper, clears the back of the cluster, and it's in close proximity to the other wires I need, which are right here off of my factory ignition switch. So we're gonna get some wiring done now. Today, not a lot of filming. Kind of in crunch mode here because it's March 4th and this truck needs to get photos taken to get into Barret-Jackson for Palm Beach, which I believe is the beginning of April. But we got a bunch of stuff done today. The entire push button start is in and done. The Dakota Digital dash is in, the radio is in and wired, the entire vintage AC system is in and wired, everything's functioning. The push button start's pretty cool. It's a nice little setup, especially on a 69 F100. Cut out most of all the wiring we don't need out of the American Auto Wire harness. Slimmed that down a ton. Literally cut about half of it out because we're mainly only using it for lighting purposes and main battery and ignition power. None of the sensors, no monitoring, no nothing. That's all standalone systems. The doors are completely done. Door panels are on, windows are in, all the mechanisms are adjusted, cranks are in, handles are all adjusted. The dash is all bolted on and in, the dash pad. The Alcantara headliner is in and done. The dome light is in and done. We laid the rugs in it at the end of the day to let them form up to the floor a little bit. It's coming along. We've got to wire in a relay and power for the transmission cooler fan. We have to run the wires from the fuel level sender up to the Dakota Digital, and that, since we're using the OBD2 interface, and it's a Coyote, it's a factory Ford computer with a Coyote and the 6R80 transmission, all of our inputs, readings, anything we would need to give signals to the dash and all that stuff, including speedometer, is all in through the OBD2 port conversion in the VIM box from Dakota Digital, and it's amazing. It simplifies everything. You don't have to run a single external sender on anything of that, except for the fuel, of course, because that's not part of the powertrain. That'll, go through BCM, the powertrain. So we're getting there. Be on it again next weekend. Be finishing up. So the radio is in the dash and all installed and wired, but this truck's getting an amp, the sub, and everything. So I've got to lay all that in there and run that stuff. But we're getting there.